You haven't done this combo thing of acting and directing in a long time.
That's true.
Why now and why this?
It started out just with me directing. I read the script, couldn't put it down. Marvelous piece of writing from David Koepp. I knew Chris Pine was attached to play Jack Ryan. I thought that was a great idea. I love his acting, and he turned out to be a wonderful experience to work with him. And, we cast Kevin and improved that role considerably. We cast Keira Knightley, and that part became very good. And then there was one part left to cast in the center of the picture. And it was this quiet, dangerous guy with a Russian accent and a big grudge against America, and very still, dangerous fella. And it just felt like I knew this actor who was available. He was cheap. He might be ready to do it. So I called him. He answered immediately. And I decided that I would do it.
Do you have to like a character to play him? Because this guy he's dangerous, he's bad, villain, terrorist.
Yeah.
Do you have to like him, or do you just get into his head another way?
I think it's an interesting question. Some actors would say you have to like him. I think you have to understand them. You have to just be open to who they are, and that they, of course, usually would not see themselves as bad or villainous or evil or whatever. He sees himself as wronged. He sees his country as wronged. He sees himself as having sort of the answers and a way forward, and indeed a way to revenge his country and his family who've suffered personally, he believes, at the hands of America. And so I kind of followed that. And I found him a tragic figure. But I also found him somebody fascinating who just at the moment of his greatest triumph gets distracted by this beautiful, beautiful woman and by talk about poetry and a book called A Hero of Our Time by Lermontov, and suddenly he's doing that when he ought to be taking care of business. That made him frail and vulnerable as well in a strange way, and human.
This is a reboot, if you will, of the Jack Ryan story. Did you feel the pressure of that, of kind of making it new and bringing it up to date?
I didn't particularly. I feel the pressure, full stop anyway, to do anything well. Making films is an unusual occupation. You feel with every single one that it's on, off at every stage in its life and development, and you have plenty of pressure just in trying to get the thing done and then doing it well. For me, it always starts with, can the story be as authentic as possible? Can the acting be as real as possible? Can you be as honest and direct with the audience as possible? And then everything else will take care of itself. I never worry about, how many people are coming to see it. Will there be a franchise or a sequel or whatever? It's just, is it any good? It just has to be good. Otherwise, all those conversations are completely academic.
And there's more action in this movie than any of the other Jack Ryan movies. Why is that important?
The audience like to go on the thrill ride with Jack. They like him. They think they could almost be him. He has the brilliant analytical mind, but otherwise he's often a regular guy, a guy you could have dinner with, a guy you might be a friend with, so you like him and you're with him. So therefore, to be in that dangerous position with him, everything that we did to do with the way we moved the camera and paced the movie was saying to our audience, come and go and be in Moscow with Jack, hear that clock ticking and try and do something about it and give them a really white knuckle ride. And frankly, I see the movie and I get nervous, so I hope we do that for the audience.
I feel like I broke my arm or something. It was so good.
Made in Hollywood.